I greet you in Jesus' precious name. It's wonderful to be with you on the farm. It is a very cold winter's day today. You can see I've got my axe, my splitting axe on my lap, and I've got a heap of wood that I'm going to split straight after this program because my wife Jill, she needs some wood for the wood stove in the house. I want to speak to you about being definite for the Lord, about being focused. That's what we've called this program, focusing. What are you focusing on at the moment? Are you back and forwards, up and down? You're not too sure where you're going, what you're doing, what you should be doing. You can't make it like that. You've got to be focused. Jesus says in Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 1, therefore also, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which so easily ensnares us, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us. That's what you and I have got to do. We've got to be focused on where we're going, what God's called us to, and then to do it with all of our hearts. I want to tell you a little story. Just the other day, I got up very, very early in the morning. It was still dark. I've got a little torch that I put on my mountain bike, and I went for a nice, long, slow ride. And as I went out the gate and I was going down a gravel road, there was a plantation of pine trees on my right-hand side, and I heard the most amazing noise come out of those trees. I thought it was the trees. It was like there were thousands and thousands of birds that were singing. It was a beautiful noise, but I've never ever heard so many birds singing at one time in my life. And I was having a discussion with the Lord. I'm saying, Lord, where is that singing coming from? And I thought, I've never ever heard that amount of birds singing. I'm talking thousands of birds, not hundreds. And I didn't see anything. And then just then the sun started to peak over the horizon. So I got a bit of light there, and I felt the Holy Spirit say to me, look up, look up. And as I lifted up my eyes, I saw swallows. They were just like pinprick size, but thousands of them flying over the farm, over the road, going due north. I know where north is. It's actually right on my back here now. And they were going in one direction, the whole lot. Thousands of them, and they were singing as they were flying. It was the most incredible experience. I don't think I'll ever forget it. I've seen a lot of things in nature, but that was a first for me. And I'm asking the Lord now, Lord, what are you telling me here from this illustration? And the Lord's saying, you see these little birds? They are focused. They know exactly where they are going. They were going north. Yes, they were leaving South Africa, and they were going to the northern hemisphere because summertime is coming on in Europe at the moment, even as winter is coming on with us here in the southern hemisphere. It was the most incredible experience. These little birds, they're so small. They're going to fly something like 6,000 miles. It's going to take them a few weeks to get to Europe. They're going to go back to the same accommodation that they had last year. That is the thing that amazes me. Anybody who does not believe in God, ask them to explain to you how that happens. That little bird goes back to the same country, goes back to the same province, the same street, the same house, and the same little clay nest that he made last year. It is absolutely amazing. When he's flying, they tell me, I'm not an expert, they tell me that that little bird feeds on the wing. He eats while he is flying. He even has a cat nap. I don't know how they do it, just for a few minutes while he is probably just floating along. He goes to sleep and he wakes up and he keeps going. He is totally focused. So he eats on the wing, he sleeps on the wing, and he goes to his destiny. That is how you and I have got to live. It's not a case of spending an hour in the morning at church. It's a lifestyle. Just remember the sola. Jesus bless you and goodbye.